The new Breath of the Wild trailer has been overwhelming, bringing a whole new vibe to the trailer than the first trailer provided in E3 2019. It introduced Sky Islands, like those found in Skyward Sword. However, the question still remains about where these islands come from. I doubt they come from Skyloft, as the architecture found does not match, and Skyloft doesn't have many buildings outside of the city. So that rules out that possibility. Then there's also those who believe that these buildings belong to the Zonai. We can see that this civilization also has its own form of energy. The green beams we see have similar energy to the dragon head on Link's shield. That we can pretty much confirm is of the Zonai origin, as it seems to be from the same stone and has similarities to the Zonai built architecture we see in Faron. But that is where the similarities stop, because the buildings and region are completely different. The Zonai architecture is more firm and animal based, while the architecture of those in Sky Islands are really not practical. I mean, look at those pillars. It looks more like a burden than a support. How is it still standing? If it was on this planet, it would have been crushed a long time ago. Back to the point, there doesn't seem to be any statues of any owl, dragon, or boar on the Sky Islands. But then and again, it has probably been thousands of years since the Zonai moved up there, and as humans, we change drastically after being more advanced. For example, before tech was discovered, most people believed in one religion or another. But after us humans got more advanced, quite a number of us became atheists, and less temples or churches was built. This may too have happened with the Zonai, although why they went up there is another mystery entirely. They also seem to have connections to Ganondorf, as the cave he is trapped in is of Zonai origin. However, it is still unclear whether the Zonai are supporting Hyrule or Ganondorf. Back to the point, the Zonai was either terrified of Ganondorf and had to flee to the sky, or was betrayed by him, which is no surprise given his history. The Zonai may own these islands and use this green energy to keep it afloat, as well as build their own green guardians with super nice belts that fashion a trendy broomstick belt buckle. We usually see green torches on the islands. This is most likely the energy used to keep the islands afloat, as it is the only thing the islands have in common. The natural life up there has most likely evolved due to the high altitude and changed their appearance as they've been up there for quite a while. As for the land, the giant holes left in the ground after they have risen up to the skies would have most likely been patched up by now and taken over again by nature. Another popular theory I see is that the islands have just risen up, as we see Hyrule Castle doing so. But honestly, I doubt it, as Hyrule Castle was driven up by malice and not the energy we see on the other islands. Also, the trees and nature on the islands could not have changed that drastically over such a short period of time, as it usually takes hundreds of years. So this theory is most likely not true, although still within the realm of possibility, as we've seen time shift stones and it could have been kept in its own time bubble and lived on while the rest of Hyrule stayed the same. Another theory I see that has gathered many believers is that we actually go back in time, as Link's hair is longer in the air and shorter on the ground. This may not be the case, as Link ties up his hair on the ground and may appear longer in the sky because he lets it loose. And even if that is not the case, hair is something that grows and gets cut off often. So it isn't the most predictable thing, and I doubt that we could base a theory solely on hair. Another piece of evidence about this is that we can't see any Sheikah products like shrines and towers in the trailer. However, this may be because after completing their purpose and aiding the hero in his quest, they simply buried themselves again. But there is one big problem to this theory. It is because we see these ruins in one of the shots in the trailer. According to Masterworks, otherwise known as Creating Champion, it claims that the ruins over there belong to Hylians before the Great Calamity. So if we travel back in time, those ruins would either be a building or just wouldn't be there. To wrap things up, among the three theories, the first theory seems to be more believable. Although, one major problem opposing this theory is that we couldn't see these islands in Breath of the Wild. This may be because they were cloaked or camouflaged by the ancient civilization, or they recently lost a bit of their magic and dropped a bit, revealing themselves to Hyrule. Those are my three theories for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Shout out to my friend Mr. Infinite Potato here, by the way. He makes amazing Brawl Stars content. The link to the channel is in the description below. Thank you for watching, and please check out this other video I made about Sheikah Tech. See you in the next video.